Nothing can stop me, I'm all the way.
Public Safety Network here, guys. Today we're going to do another on the job in a field that's not quite directly related to public safety, but a lot of people may end up into it in either security or law enforcement, and so we're going to kind of talk about that today. And that is the job of private investigator. Private investigators have been around for a very long time, but most of this kind of conversation is going to be relocated to the United States. The first ever real appearance of private investigators was about in 1850 with the Pinkerton Detective Agency. Most people who know about security and the history of security and the privatized law enforcement will have heard of Pinkerton. Private investigators go by a variety of terms, including private investigators, PIs, private eyes, or private detectives. They're employed by a large number of different employers, including law firms, insurance companies, and then on an individual basis. They work in a variety of types of investigations, including insurance fraud, infidelity, and harassment and stalking cases. A small portion do work in criminal investigations, but again, those firms are very far and few between. Another small amount will operate in the world of what's known as corporate espionage, where their job is to effectively guard trade secrets and trademarked items. Most of those, however, will come from a law enforcement or intelligence background. Those jobs, although they exist, they are usually very lucrative, and they're usually only seeking out some of the top tier candidates. With advancement of technology, many firms have also begun to specialize in electronic measures such as wiretapping, electronic counter-surveillance, and bug sweeping. As technology become more advanced, investigators have had to move along with the times and become up to date on new technology and new technology methods in how they do their job. So that's kind of an overview of what private investigators are, what they kind of do, and now we're going to kind of go into the requirements to be a private investigator. The biggest thing is you're going to learn in the United States, it varies from state to state. Some states require absolutely no licensure to operate as a private investigator. Other states require a simple city or state license, such as Idaho, Alaska, Mississippi, South Dakota, and Wyoming. Other states like Arizona, while you can obtain a private investigator's license, once you are no longer employed as a private investigator, your license is effectively suspended until you regain employment as a private investigator. Others require much more stringent requirements, such as California and Virginia, which require several years of experience and separate training classes in how to be a private investigator. While many private investigators do come from a military or law enforcement background, some firms prefer to train their own people in-house. And I've seen quite a few firms like that who may not necessarily, while they do prefer some type of military or law enforcement background, many will train people with college degrees or some type of experience directly related to investigations. Many private investigators work on a contract basis, and this kind of comes with a caveat to people who want to be a private investigator, is since you work on a contract basis, you are generally going to be required to provide all of your own equipment, such as cameras, computers, surveillance equipment, and surveillance vehicles. While there are some firms, such as law firms and others, that do hire in-house investigators, many private investigators will work on a contract-to-contract basis, which also can affect the ability to find work. If there's no work, a lot of times you must take up a type of side job in order to kind of make ends meet, similar to other fields that work on a contract basis. Private investigators also, maybe a license may also be required in other states to work in certain fields like bail enforcement or bail bondsman or skip tracing. PI license may be required. Some states also have different levels of licensure, such as Florida, which has a CC license, which is a private investigation intern, a Class C license, which is a private investigator, and then an MA manager's license, which is a license that is needed in order to manage a private investigations agency. Now, with all that being said, private investigators do play a vital role in cases of things like insurance fraud and infidelity, which are the most common ones you're going to be seeing them utilized for. They can save companies tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in phony lawsuits and save people a lot of money when it comes to infidelity cases in situations like divorce and child custody. So they do serve a vital role, and you can make some fairly decent money being a private investigator based on your education, skill level, and obviously experience in the field. So that's all I'm going to give for you today, guys. I did a lot of research into this, and fortunately, private investigations vary public job, so it was kind of easy to find a lot of information. Again, I don't have all the information, and again, it's going to run on a state by state basis, but I'm, any information out there, I'm more than willing to put it down in the comment section as I go along or in the description below. If you guys haven't already, go ahead and like the video, subscribe to the channel, and also follow me in my other social media such as Instagram and the Facebook page. I hope everyone's doing great out there, and I'll put out more videos as they come along. But thanks again for watching, guys, and thanks for all the support.